there is something truly remarkable right at your doorstep. And it is knocking, waiting. And if you are seeing this, my friend, then you are ready to receive it. Because you wouldn't be seeing this if you didn't already know how this actually works. For too long now, we have been deceived and cut off from the truth that you are the creator of your reality. It is not a learning. It is not an acquiring. It is not an improving. Not like the way that the old system wants to convince you is the way in which you be free, be happy, be rich, be fulfilled. But it is actually a remembering. It is a realization. It is an alignment with who you truly are. Everything that you want and everything that you want to experience actually already exists simultaneously. In that sense, you're not really creating anything, but you're simply manifesting the experience of it, because everything within creation, everything in the universe already exists. It's all already done. You're simply aligning yourself with that reality. And in that truth, there are some aspects of this that have been misunderstood, that have been underappreciated and undervalued. And there are three aspects in particular that I want to highlight here and focus on, that when you consciously master, then you become untouchable, unstoppable in your ability to create your reality. Some people call it the body, the mind, the spirit. Some people call it the conscious, the subconscious, the superconscious. I like to refer to it as the material, the mental, and the meta. And here's the thing, we have been convinced that the physical or the material level of reality is really the only thing that's real. It's the most significant. It's requiring the most effort. But in truth, this plane of existence, this level of reality, is merely an effect. It is just the mirror of the deeper reality, which is the mental reality. This is the subconscious reality, which is the causal plane. And from this blueprint level, the energetic signature, which contains the beliefs, patterns of thought, repetition of feelings, the assumptions, the perceptions, all of which come together as a sort of self-concept, which then gets pressed outward into the effect of the world, into the appearance of the physical level of reality, including your body and your life and your circumstances and your relationships, all merely the effect of the deeper cause, which is the mental level of yourself. A lot of people still, from this old programming, are working very hard. They are struggling to earn. They are trying to deserve this change in their reality. They're trying to control the physical level, which is an effect. But this is futile and it is fruitless, because even action in this level of reality is merely another effect. So you're trying to change an effect with another effect. It's like going to a mirror and seeing yourself frown and trying to draw on top of the mirror a smile. It's not going to work, because the deeper reality, which is your subconscious, your mental level, is already pressing out and producing that effect. This is where we go to the mental level and we look at the beliefs and the limiting beliefs and the patterns of thought and the memories and the stories that we're telling ourselves and the blockages of our emotions and all of these things which have become our assumptions and our image of ourself, our self-concept. And when you work from this subtle level of reality and you start to tinker and adjust and recalibrate things to be in alignment with who you truly are, then the physical reflects that effortlessly. This is really about understanding these levels of reality. It's not that one is better than the other, because this takes me to the other side, which is what some people call the spiritual, the superconscious, which I call the meta. There are many people that I feel are falling into the trap, that are misunderstanding this realm, making it the end all be all, as if it's on a pedestal. And in a way, there's a victim relationship with this aspect of yourself as well. Because the God, the personalized God, this conceptualized God that we have created on this level, which is sort of this all-knowing, almighty being that is determining your fate and giving you or holding back from you something that you want. This is but a distorted view. It is a misperception, it is a misunderstanding of this aspect of yourself, which is indeed beyond the senses. It is indeed, in a sense, a higher plane, but that does not make it any better or more important. It simply places it on this hierarchy with the physical being on the lower, but that doesn't mean that it's any lesser. You see, ultimately we get to a paradox of this trinity, where all are equally important within this three-dimensional realm, and you must understand and master each leg of this stool. Otherwise, this three-legged stool will not stand, and you will not consciously, powerfully be able to create your reality effortlessly, which is the way that it is meant to be for you. Understanding this trinity and taking responsibility for each aspect of yourself, cultivating greater mastery of each of these levels leads to being a powerful creator of your life and reality. And this is the master that you already are in truth. But when you overly rely and depend on one of these, then it is out of balance. There is a disharmony in this trinity, in the unity of who you are. And then everything becomes a lot harder. In alignment, everything is much easier. This is why I'm here right now, reminding you of the truth that you already know, to encourage you to not rely or vilify or undermine any one of these aspects of yourself, but to cultivate the willingness and the courage and the honesty and the interest to investigate each one, to look at your circumstances, your physical reality, and see where anything is less than what you would like it to be, prefer it to be. And rather than going and assuming what the hive mind of society would convince you of, that it requires more hard work, more effort, more struggle, more doing, that you can go deeper, more subtle, into the mental realm of your being and look at the state of your consciousness. Look at the construct of your mind. Look at the configuration of your self-concept. And you can elevate that. You can rearrange that. You can align that with the truth of who you are, that meta, that spiritual, that essential level of you, with God, with life itself, with the infinite field of consciousness, the creator. And this is your destiny. This is the real reason that you're here, is to come into this experience of duality, of separation, of the polarized nature of this realm, where it seems as though you have to go through space and time to create what you want, to experience what you desire, to have a connection to something greater, when actually it's always already within you. And in truth, it's always already done. All of creation exists simultaneously. In that sense, you're not really creating it, but you are simply manifesting the experience of it. And you master the art of manifesting when you embrace all three levels of yourself and you uplift your self-concept, deeply connected and rooted in the spiritual truth of who you are. And from that, there is inspiration, there is intuition, which you must act on. For without the physical movement, without the physical action, nothing that you truly want or are meant to become will ever materialize or actualize or be realized. For not one of these aspects is better than the other, and so not one of these aspects should be denied or vilified or abandoned, but seen to be a fractal of the whole, which is that it is your true self. This is one of the main principles of my free alignment masterclass, which you can find a link to below if you have not already accessed it. It is walking you through this process of alignment, of waking up to your true nature and aligning your daily activities and taking action on your inspiration to manifest your desired reality, which is the acronym I AM: identity, alignment, manifestation. And if you don't already have access to this, you can find a link below, or you can also explore this within my upcoming mastermind. Another few spots have been taken over this weekend. There are only a couple left. So if you're still with me and you're curious about taking this to the next level and really mastering this trinity and remembering the creator that you are in essence, then comment creator down below and I'll send you a link where you can learn more about this mastermind, and I'll include the link to this free masterclass that I just mentioned. And together with 12 others, over 12 weeks, we will go deep. I have put together an incredible comprehensive course on everything that I've experienced over the years of traveling the world for over 5 years now, and the 6 months that I spent at a monastery, and the successes and the challenges that I faced in the multiple businesses that I created successfully and grew. And through all of that, cultivated a deep self-knowledge and an understanding of this mastery of what it means to create your reality as an aligned creator. So if this resonates with you and you want to have access to more information about this, comment creator down below and I'll send you a link where you can learn more.